guys, welcome to Wargamer Dad and Daughter. Today we're going to be giving the Battle of the Barrows a spin. I'm going to try and record it. Now, we haven't read it. We haven't done any preparation at all. The idea is that you're going to watch us learn it and hopefully learn from all the mistakes we make. So I'm going to pause the video and set the camera up so it's pointing down at the battle and you can watch us play it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay guys, we are back. Okay, I'm going to start from the beginning. The mission is called Grave Danger, as you can see from the top of this. It's got a what you will need list, so let's go through that, make sure we've got everything. So lay your battle man on flat surface, which we've done. Place your dice and range rule next to it, which we've done. Grab a small coin, which I've got on here, to use as a marker. Set up your sequiturs and chain rasps on the battle mat as indicated, which we've done. Then choose who will play sequiturs and who will be the chain rasp player. As Julia likes the undead, don't you, Julia?
Yeah.
She's going to be the chain rasp, and as I'm a colossal douchebag, I am going to play the sequiturs. That giggling you can hear is Julia. So we've got the first page which states sequiturs attack. If you've got the magazine, you can follow along with us. It states before they can attack, any models must move close to the enemies. This is known as piling in. Step 1, piling in. Pick the second model and move them close to the chain rasps. Using the ruler, check the distance they have moved. Move the model up to 3 inches. Now on the diagram, which I'm going to show you, it clearly shows us measuring from front of base to front of base. I don't think it matters where you measure from on the model, as long as it's always the same point. If it's front of base to front of base or back of base to back of base, as long as you do that, you'll have moved 3 inches. So I'm gonna, gonna put my ruler over there. That's the niftiness of the clear rulers. So I can move that there, and this guy is gonna move 3 inches. And I get to move all the sequiturs by the looks of it. Kind of feel like I'm beating up my little guys, but there are more of them. It goes, fight sequence section 2, weapons. Each sequitur that has its base touching a chain rasp gets to attack. Sequiturs get 2 attacks with their storm smite mauls. It looks like this is assuming that they're all going to be armed with the same weapon, even though obviously the models are armed slightly differently. Pick up 2 dice for each sequitur that can attack. So I've got 2 dice each, which is 6 dice. And then we've got sequitur player picks their models, moves them up to 3 inches. It's got a little playthrough at the bottom of the page, I'm just going to show you, which demonstrates what pretty much I've just done. And it states, sequiturs pick up their models and move them up to 3 inches towards the chain rasps. All 3 sequitur bases are touching the chain rasp base, so all 3 sequiturs will get to attack. The sequitur player picks up 2 dice for each they can attack. That's a total of 6. And the sequitur attack. With their piling moves complete, your sequiturs can now make their attacks. Here we explain how to do so. Section 3 is hit rolls, so I'll roll all of my dice, which should be 6 of them. I'm going to try and roll that where you can see. Okay, 3 plus means that each dice that has a number lower than 3,000 does not hit. So I've got 2 that don't hit. I've got 4 that do, which if you do the maths is, well, bang on average actually. So, yay, bang on average. Remove any that scored 1 or 2 and keep any that scored 3, 4, 5 or 6. So we've done that. Now it goes into part 4, remove the models. Count the total number of successful hits. The chain rasp player must remove 1 model for each successful hit. Remove these models from the game by taking them off the battle mat and setting them to the side. It doesn't say specifically which models to remove, but if I show you the walkthrough, which is here, it's having us removing from the front. So Julia, do you want to remove 4 models from the front, because I succeeded 4 times. If I go through the playthrough, it says, set to play rolls their dice. The Sequitur player checks their scores. Any dice rolls of 3 or more are successful. The Sequitur player in the walkthrough scored a 1, 4, 6, 5, 4 and a 3. Obviously in this I scored 2 5s and 2 4s. The Chain Rasp player picks up 5, although in this case 4 Chain Rasps, and removes them from the game. Now it's the Chain Rasp attack. I shall read this as well because I have a teenage daughter and reading loudly for people to see on the internet isn't her thing, unless you want to read it. Do you want to read it?
Now that the Sequiturs have made their attacks, it is the Chain Rasp's turn to pile in to their enemies ready to strike.
Section 1, it states... What does it say there?
Section 1 states that pick the Chain Rasp models up and place them in a new spot using the ruler to check the distance they have moved. Move the models in the unit up to 3 inches.
Yes, do you want to do that?
Bloop, bloop. I'm probably going to get, like, triggered at myself, because...
Sorry?
I'm probably going to get angry at myself for, like, not doing stuff exactly, because my brain is...
Doesn't need to be exact, baby.
Yeah,
This is
I
just
know.
a demo.
It doesn't mean my brain doesn't want to be, like...
You want to try and get them into base-to-base contact if you can.
Okay.
If you've got that much space, which you should have.
Oop.
Get as many as many in base-to-base contact as you can.
Or, like...
You should be able to get at least 3 of them in base-to-base contact with, yeah.
These ones don't go much further, but...
Okay.
Let's start moving these ones forward, because...
And you move them as close as you can.
Yep. Don't know if that was accurate, but...
Okay. I'm pretty sure, because it shows us...
Yeah.
I'm just going to move these in, because if I show you on the walkthrough here, it's got 3 of them touching. So if they're not touching, that's probably because I didn't move my models right, so I'm not going to punish Julia because I probably made a cock up.
In order to attack, the Chain Rasp bases must end the move touching a Sequitur's base, so try to reach them where possible.
Yeah. Okay, and then we've got number 2 is weapons, so what does that say?
Each Chain Rasp that has its base touching a Sequitur's base gets to attack. Each of these Chain Rasps gets 2 attacks with a malignant... How do you say that?
With a weapon.
Malignant.
Oh, malignant weapon.
Malignant weapon. Pick up 2
Malignant
dice
means
for each Chain
nasty
Rasp
or
that
angry.
can attack. I know what it means, I just can't say it.
Okay.
So it is currently 3.
My Julia has the disadvantage of most readers in that she's read all these words, but she hasn't necessarily heard them all said out loud.
That's because people don't use these words in everyday life.
I do.
Yeah, of course you do. And I would too if I could say them.
So,
That is a very,
shit.
very sad roll.
Oh, that is really bad.
That is really my luck at this point in time.
So
Yeah, I've probably lost now.
we go through. I'll quickly walk through the playthrough. Chain Rasp player picks up their Chain Rasp models and moves them 3 inches to the Sequiturs. 3 of the Chain Rasp bases are touching a Sequitur base, so these 3 Chain Rasps will get to attack. 2 of the Chain Rasp bases are not touching, so these 2 will not get to attack. The Chain Rasp player picks up 2 dice for each Chain Rasp. They can attack for a total of 6. So Julia's done that, and then we move on to the next section, which is Chain Rasp's attack. And oh, this is bad.
Oh.
You want to read through that bit?
Which bit? Yeah, it's just not it. The Chain Rasps have moved close enough to strike the Sequiturs. It is now time for them to attack. Follow the guide below. Section 3 states you need to roll your attack dice. Check the score on each dice with +4 to hit. +4 means that each dice that has a number lower than 4 fails and does not hit. Get rid of any that scored 1, 2, or 3. Keep any that scored 4, 5, or 6.
Right, being as she wasn't supposed to roll the dice until this section, we're going to let my daughter re-roll the dice because missing everything sucks.
It does. It really does.
And
Missed again.
she missed everything again, so no 4s. Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Very sad.
So we'll go, do you want to go through the remove models bit just as a demonstration?
Step 4. Remove models. Add up the total number of successful hits. None. Sequiturs are heavily armoured and hard to kill. The Sequitur player removes 1 Sequitur model for every 2 successful hits. If there is an odd number of hits, place a counter next to a sequitur. After the next successful chain rasp hit, this sequitur must be removed.
Well, as we saw, I gave her an extra chance to roll, and yeah, that didn't happen. Jesus Christ.
It's like the worst set of rolls I've had.
I'm going to read through the playthrough. The chain rasp player rolls their attack dice and checks their scores with 4 to hit. The chain rasp player scored a 4, 1, 2, 3, and 6, and 5. So this chain rasp player in the walkthrough did a lot better. The sector player picks up one sector and removes it from the game. The sector player places a marker next to one of the remaining sectors. If you wonder what that squeaking is, it's my dog. The battle continues. After the sector player has removed any models, the fight sequence begins again, starting with the sector player followed by the chain rasp player, continuing to take turns playing through the fight sequence until only one player has models remaining. That player wins the game. So as bad as it sounds, we're gonna go back to the sector attack sequence. I've got no one to move in because they're all in base-to-base contact. So I've got 6 dice to roll. I only scored 3, but that means that Julia has to remove 3 models. Any 3 you like.
Should I remove the ones that are like in base contact then? Or like remove the ones that aren't?
Remove the ones that are in base contact, yeah. Remove the ones that are in base contact. That seems logical. It doesn't specifically say, guys, so we're just going with what seems to make sense at the moment. Okie dokie. Then Julia gets to pile in again, so you get to move 3 guys into base-to-base contact. I can't help but feel this first set seems a bit biased towards the sequitur player, even with them having outnumbering me 3 to 1. I'm still just melting through them like butter. So right, Julia, you get 2 dice for each of your guys. Do you want to pick those up? And give them a roll.
Please don't fail. I did better.
We did better. She got 3, which means I have to remove 1 dude, and I'm going to use this 2p coin to mark a wound next to the other dude. Again, I can't pile in, so I'm going to attack with the 2 dudes. I can't move. So I've got 2 dudes, which means 4 dice, and that ain't good. I've killed all of Julia's models. Do you want to take 3 models away?
Sad.
That is sad.
I killed one of yours.
My guys are a lot tougher than yours, but
I also rolled really badly, so...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the dice have... sorry about that, guys. The dice have viciously and brutally destroyed my only child and her filthy undead. But that's a go through the walk... That's the walkthrough in the Mortal Realms. Oh, I'm just going to slightly fold that so I can read it. In the Mortal Realms. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope anybody who hasn't been through it yet finds it instructional. And thanks very much for watching. We'll see you guys next week when we get the next issue in. Say bye-bye, Julia.
Bye.
Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that video. And if you did, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. Not sure why, but I am. So if you like it, see me there. And please tell your friends. Thanks very much. Bye.